So for the single leg hip thrust, I've set up a bench with a step underneath my foot. And the reason why I've put a step underneath my foot is because the benches at the gym that I go to are very high. So when you come up to the top position, you want to get what's called full hip extension. So your hip should line up kind of with the height of your knee. If it's any lower, then your bench is probably too high, and I highly advise getting a step like I have, or putting a plate perhaps under one foot. Now, when you're setting up for this exercise, we want to make sure that the upper middle part of your back is hinging from the bench. So what I mean by that is, if you were to take your bra strap, you want to be hinging from your bra strap or just below, not above it. You should not be hinging from the bench anywhere near your neck at all. It should be just slightly above mid-spine. All right, now in the thrust itself, obviously I'm using a dumbbell here. You don't have to. I'm using a dumbbell upwards just because I'm pregnant in this video and I can't really rest the dumbbell on my hip widthways, but you could rest it widthways. When you're lowering down, send your hips and your bum back towards the bench, and then as you're coming back up, physically think about using your glutes to drive you up. Don't just rely on your hips to do the movement. As you lower down, you want to create a stretch in your glute. So the leg that's bent, we're focusing on creating a stretch in that glute. When you feel that stretch, stop and then squeeze your glute to drive upwards. Don't get into the habit of lowering too far down. If you feel a stretch, you must stop. If you feel a stretch and carry on going down, you're going to go into a passive stretch, and that's going to take our muscle group way beyond basically creating tension. So just to reiterate, we take one leg up, the working leg is the bent knee. So you're lowering, getting that stretch in your glutes, and then driving with your glutes up to the top. Sometimes I might add a pause in here on particular reps and sets, just so that you're really focusing on feeling your glutes at the top. The hardest position is at the top of the movement. That's where you should be feeling your glutes. You want to make sure that you maintain a nice straight spine, so make sure your ribs are tucked in, your pelvis is slightly tucked under, so we've got a nice straight spine also. Do regress to just body weight if dumbbells is too tough.